But how about for those individuals that are no longer in the school system, those that the system have failed them, 18 to 45 years old? The real question is, how do we address unemployment? And the best way to address unemployment is to use local businesses and train our residents. And we start to go to train our residents. 7 vocational schools were closed. As you well know, when I got on the council, I promised that we would build a state-of-the-art vocational school. While others were fighting to bring baseball to the District of Columbia, I was fighting to ensure that we had a state-of-the-art vocational school open at the same time. We now have Phelps Architect, Engineering, and Construction High School, the most modernized vocational school in America.
Yes, it is.
And the first one in America that's now open. So that's not only this open for our young folks, but it's open nights, weekends, and summer for our adult population. For those that are underemployed, we get them better employed. For those that are unemployed, they're actually able to get a skill set to participate.
What will your budget look like? What will be your philosophy about the budget?
Well, the philosophy on budget, and I think it's important, in the District of Columbia are facing some tough times, and the real question is going to be, how do we deal with it moving forward? If you look at the way that Linda Kropp, who really, as you well know, people have a lot of respect for Linda Kropp as she was chair of the council.
Very good chair.
And Linda Kropp, who has worked with myself and has worked with my opponent, has looked at the record, looked at how we not only tackle tough issues, and she has endorsed my campaign, which kind of shows you that, you know, that where we're going and how I think and how I address issues are similar to those of Linda Kropp and Vincent Gray, which says, okay, we're going to methodically make sure that we're prepared. We have a phenomenal budget office that I will have in place. We have a policy office that we'll have in place. But more importantly, we have an independent CFO. And now we have a system set up in place to ensure that the surplus that comes in, we have 2 funds that have been created. One will pay down the debt, and the other will pay back the reserves, which automatically happens unless the council votes to overturn that, which I have no intention of allowing that to happen, which really makes Wall Street a little bit more comfortable.
It's very important for the mayor and the council to talk to each other and move forward together. Now, this current mayor and the current chairman says they haven't talked to each other for 7 months. What do we expect if you were to become the chairman? Are you going to go to the mayor and say, no, 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 we need to talk, we need to make sure we're in lock and step to take D.C. forward?
Well, a couple of things. I believe that whoever becomes mayor, I'll look forward September 14th, that night, being there, raising their hands and saying, you know what, we're here to work together to move this city forward. Have a better line of communication, and I believe that we can accomplish that. I'm looking forward to having open dialogues. I'm looking forward to working with whoever the mayor is to move the city forward, but at the same time, when I talk to the residents of the District of Columbia, they're saying that they want an independent legislative branch of government that's going to operate for them. So we will not be rubber stamping everything that the mayor wants done. Our job is to represent the people.
In Southeast, you have about 27% unemployment, and Ward 7, you have somewhere around 22% unemployment. You've been the biggest proponent of jobs, jobs, and jobs. What have you done, or what are you looking at in the future as the chairman? What can you do to bring more jobs to the district?
Job creation is growing our small businesses. And if we're not growing our small businesses and they're not participating in economic reward, not in contracts awarded and dollars actually spent, they're not included in the RFPs on the front end, then they're not going to be included in the RFPs on the back end. So for the first time, I've put 2 things in place that I think is important. Penalties for businesses that don't use local businesses that promise to when they win the contract. And 2, a compliance unit that goes back and has an independent auditor, not the government policing itself, to go back to ensure that promises made are promises kept. And when I talk to small businesses, that's what they talk about. They're saying, hey, look, we're suffering out here, and the government is spending money on schools, libraries, recreation centers. You know, why can't we participate in the economic reward? And if you hire us, we will grow, and when we grow, we're going to hire D.C. residents. Small businesses clearly hire local residents. So that's the #1 objective as we look at as we look at Southwest Waterfront, as we look at the Convention Center Hotel, as we look at what's going on with the federal government and St. Elizabeth campus and Homeland Security, as we look at McMillan, as we look at Berry Farms and Searching Quarters. There's about $60 billion in development that's going to take place over the next 5 to 10 to 15 years in the city. And the district is going to be the first one out the gate as soon as the market opens up. And the real question, are we prepared now to actually deal with it? That's why training is so important. And the way that 2009, 0 residents being trained. Today, close to 250 residents being trained. My goal is to have 1,500 residents going through the program